costume designs for the musical Sussical musical by errands and flattery. How represent District 3, Troop 5, 777. Designing the costumes for Sussical proved to be very challenging, but there was no set time period, so I very much based a lot of my designs off of inspiration from Dr. Seuss himself, and I wanted to keep the very colorful images that he portrayed in his books, but I also wanted to direct the costumes towards a more mature, adult-like audience, and make it more PG-13, for lack of better words. Some other inspirations helped me, like animals, like the elephants, birds, and kangaroos. I wanted to try to mix and match different styles and time periods to create the animal fashions and the fantasy feel, such as like the Victorian era, the 20s, 60s, 70s, and Latin-inspired attire. The script was also very important because there was no time period. Like, yeah. So I had to know the characters inside and out, and I had to know exactly how I felt they should be portrayed and how they came across character-wise. My goal was for my costumes, colors, and material to mirror the personalities and roles of each individual. I wanted the audience to already have an idea when they saw them of who they were to be and how they would be portrayed. Another place I got some inspiration was from costume designers such as Ishioka and Tamura, because they had already done like animals and fantasy, so it would be helpful to look on. For Horton, he's a very good-natured and very warm-hearted individual, and I wanted to keep with animal aspects, very like muted but still there. So I used oversized hula pants for the elephant legs, a two-tone button-up shirt and suspenders. The two-tone shirt, right here, it's a darker fabric and scalloped to hint at a trunk. And then his hat is a knit tapper hat to show off the elephant ears, because he's the only person who hears those, and I thought that was a very important characteristic. For Gertrude, she is very quirky and nerdy in a way, so I wanted to portray that by using a combination of vintage extravagance with modern kind of comfort. The 1850s inspired plaid taffeta bloomers, loose button-up shirt, and vibrant knit vest added to the colorful and vibrant and quirky character of herself. I also added knee-highs, high-top Converse, and glasses to add to that nerdy feel. I was also aware that there was a scene change, or a costume sort of change, when she evolved into like having this massive feathers from her self-confidence. So I wanted to add that and show that right here, just as a side view. And it would be a burlesque bustle belt. Yeah, bustle belt made of tulle, feathers, and a metal waist cuff for an easy put-on, take off. For Maisie, she's very much a free-spirited character, and she likes flaunting her sexuality to the audience and to other characters. So I very much took my inspiration for this from Victorian era, 1920s. Tinge, can't read my own handwriting. Well, the fabric I chose was red, gold, and black because it was very elegant. She is still very elegant and sophisticated. She just is very show-offy and attention-y. Right? So I wanted to show that through it. The fun-printed corset with the attached lycra shorts and feather boa bustle skirt. The feather boas would be tighter together, and to show a more, like whenever she moves around, it would show bare skin to hint back at her flaunting her sexuality. The bird girls are very youth-like, they're very young teenagers, so I tried to do that through my vibrant color usage to show that they're still very whimsical, and yeah, I took my inspiration for this from the 60s and 70s to depict a flamboyant, free-spirited personalities. The wide leg pants with repeated feathers repeats in the sheer top, and underneath is a bright colored bandeau top to add to not only interest but also give it dimension. finally, there's a sour kangaroo who's like the diva of the bunch. She very much demands respect and wants to be kind of in it all and on top of it all and controlling it all. So I wanted her to stand out from the crowd in a subtle way. So I gave her a light weighted sheer printed poncho, which would be supported by boning, and it added a more structured and stiffness appearance that went along with her personality.
Okay, you're way over.
Oh, I am? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was 4 minutes.
No, she said 5, and you're already 17 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
No, it's okay. No, you're just 17 seconds over it. But we just have to stop.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought, yeah, sorry.
No.
Too bad you went over. I wanted to hear more. This is
exactly.
amazing.
Yeah.
These costumes are so beautiful. Your swatches are amazing. So well thought out. So, clearly you can see where your inspiration was. You explained it clearly. You explained where all your inspiration came from. I can see Ishioka. I can see the 20s. I can see the 70s. You did it. You told us what you set out to do, and you completely did it. I think these renderings are above and beyond a lot of the ones you've seen today. They're above and beyond a lot of the ones I see at the college level. I think they're amazing. I think you made strong choices. You executed them beautifully, and your renderings are so pretty. And as a food draper, I could look at these and I could figure out how to make them. And you did a great job.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to go over time.
They're really fantastic.
They're amazing.
The idea of this two-tone shirt with the trunk as the sleeve is the best solution that we've seen for it yet.
Definitely. So clever. Did you knit that swatch? Or is it like a piece of sweater?
No,
You knit it?
Yeah.
You knit that? And then what about this? Did you find this?
Yeah, Julian Fabrics. It was on sale.
Oh, it's great. And it's perfect for this. It's just
Absolutely.
perfect.
Yeah, it's so creative and so intelligent,
Yeah, it's perfect.
and the way that you presented it is very, very tight and professional.
Yeah, the fact that you drew in the view for how it changes when she gets her the tail and everything was just wonderful.
And your
Just
rendering of
wonderful.
the red feathers is just beautiful.
You put a lot of time into it, and you're
And watercolor, watercolor.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do watercolor. It's tough.
And we just built costumes out of that printed fabric, and it's not easy to get the sense of what that fabric does, and it's,
That's exactly that fabric.
yeah.
We did the birds and sideshow are that fabric, so it's perfect for the fabric. Great choice. I'd love to see Bell Bottoms made out of it.
Yeah, really strong choices, very bold and intelligent and sophisticated.
What about that braided trim? Did you braid that? Is that embroidery floss braided
It
together?
was crocheted because the swatch itself was too big for the
Yeah, it's flat. It's like
Yeah.
flat yarn.
And so that would be used to knit the sweater.
What?
That's
That's amazing!
That's great.
I can't believe you use knits. That's way ahead of most college level designers. They never think to use knits or to execute them like that. That's awesome.
So
Beautiful work.
the only thing I said about your presentation is you had really thoughtful choices, but you spent too much time in the intro talking to us about, oh, I made thoughtful choices. You don't have to tell us that part. Tell us a little bit about the story, if you want to say about that, but then get into talking about your things. Because you ran out of time. You didn't have enough time to tell us as much as you could have about sour kangaroo. So when you go to state, make sure that just shorten up. You spent a full minute and a half talking about general things. And that's way too much time out of the home. You only have 5. So just watch that.
Trust that your design work is strong enough to tell us those general things.
Yeah, you want to say a little bit at the beginning, but not a minute. So just, go over that and find out. Because these are just lovely.
Then you do the shoes on the corset?
Thank
Now
you so much.
we have to stop talking.
You have one more minute, right?
Yeah, one more
Yeah, we
minute.
have
Oh, one
more
more
Where
minute.
are you going to go to college? Yeah? Please come be SCAD. I mean, I don't know much about SCAD, but please come be SCAD. It would be awesome to see you.
These are lovely. You
Very,
could
very,
bring
very
these
good.
to Erdis or to any time,
Totally.
to SETCs or anything like that, and people would be like, wow.
Great job.
Yeah.